Income has always been more equitably distributed than wealth, but has nevertheless been radically unequal. Reliable figures for income distribution go back only to 1910, when the richest 20% of American households received 46.2% of national personal income, and the top 10% had a larger income than the bottom 50%. The situation that Herbert Croly described in 1909 as the morally and socially undesirable distribution of wealth remained essentially unchanged even in the 1950s and 60s, a period that today is recalled as the golden age of economic equality. The poorest fifth of households fared somewhat worse, their portion of income having fallen from 8.3% in 1910 to 4% in 1959. The anti-poverty programs of the 1960s raised the poor's share, but it is still smaller than it was in the period 1910 to 1929. Between 1940 and 1962, technology and the re-engineered workplace have not only eliminated the need for many crucial low-skilled, blue-collar jobs, they have also eliminated the need for what could be called low-skilled, white-collar jobs, secretaries, and middle managers. If high-paying, low-skilled jobs cannot be revived, inequality will not decline unless America produces fewer unskilled workers. A remarkable study reveals that Americans have no idea that the wealth distribution is as concentrated as it is. When shown three pie charts representing possible wealth distributions, 90% or more of the 5,522 respondents thought that the American wealth distribution most resembled one in which the top 20% has about 60% of the wealth. In fact, they actually hold nearly 85%. They did not come close on the amount of wealth held by the bottom 40% of the population.
Union address. Now, please give a warm welcome to the President of the United States, Barack Obama.
Thank you. I would like to begin with the unequal distribution of wealth in our country. There is an obvious unbalance between the lower, middle, and the upper class and income. It is important that my staff, the Congress, and myself work together to get this issue under control. I will now allow questions.
Why don't you do something about the distribution of income then?
Unfortunately, until I get the Tea Party to stop riding my coattail, I can actually do my job and make this country a fair and rational place.
Why is there an unequal distribution of wealth in our country?
There are a combination of things that keep many people from receiving an equal amount of money. There is discrimination and a lack of agreement that is holding us back from finding a solution for our issues.
Do you think there could be a change?
There is hope that this could be fixed with our help and the Congress cooperation, and if our country's richest people can open their hearts and say for our country.
She deserves.
There are many countries other than America that don't practice fair distribution of income or wealth. We can safely say that the top 10% of the world's adults control about 85% of global household wealth. Most people perceive the distribution of wealth in the UK to be far more equal than it actually is. In fact, for more than 30 years, the gap between the richest and the rest has widened, and the trend shows no sign of slowing. The bottom half of households own less than 10% of overall wealth. India has become a world economic power, with growth over the past 3 years averaging 8%. About 35% of people live on less than a US dollar a day. Poverty is at its worst in rural areas and is often accompanied by low levels of literacy and poor health.
You guys expected a white woman, didn't you? Hi, I'm Nene Grace. Well, that doesn't stop me from commenting on the news of today. It seems like every country has someone that takes all the country's wealth for themselves. Here today we have Gerald Grosvenor from Britain that doesn't feel any remorse for his fortune. Gerald, what do you have to say for yourself?
To help those below me, I'm here to sell property.
Do you feel any shame for the unfair advantage?
It's important to realize that I am from a country that does try to help those who need it, but I am not liable for anything. Tell that to the Queen.
He got money.
Well, nice to see that you have some compassion for the starving babies. Makush Abana is worth $43 billion and doesn't seem to have a care in the world. Miss Makush, do you ever think about helping your country?
People, there's nothing I can do.
Majority of the people in your country live in extreme poverty, like dirt roads, humpbacks, everything.
They can do what I do if they work for it. Hard work. I am happy with my life. If I could, I would lend a helping hand.
This is the end of our show for today. As you can see, the world is doing horrible. I pray that things get better from this point, and I am Nene Grace.
That suffer from unfair distribution of wealth. Today, we talked to 3 different families from different backgrounds about how they make it through each day.
When I finished high school, I didn't really have enough money to go to big university or big private universities, so I went to Everest University.
Well, unfortunately, I wasn't able to afford to go to a university, so I just had to take my luck and just go to the Kansas City, Kansas Community College, where I tried to get my nursing degree, but unfortunately, I had to take care of my children.
I graduated top of my class at Harvard University.
Okay, yeah. I work at KU Medical Center. I got the job really fast because I also know Spanish and I was needed, so that helped a lot.
I'm a bank clerk at U.S. Bank. It kind of gets us by, It gets us through the hard times. I just want to take care of my kids. Just stop. I'll cut that out. Sorry. We're getting by.
I'm a stay-at-home mom. I stay home and take care of the kids and clean.
And spends my money.
We make $55,000 a year.
In a year, I make around $33,000. It's not much, but it gets the bills paid.
$230,000 a year on a good year. Not enough for them.
Well, you see, Grandma has a lot of problems right now with her health, and it's kind of hard sometimes to pay for those medical bills and stuff. But we get by, and we try, yeah.
It's hard for us. I had to make my 16-year-old daughter go to work, and unfortunately, she got pregnant. But we're getting there. We're trying. Unfortunately, the baby's father.
One time we went on vacation to Europe. We had a lot of fun. We stayed for 3 weeks.
Came home with 2 Lamborghinis.
And a dog.
I hate that dog.
I love that dog.
Fortunately, the baby's father isn't really around to help her. But, I'm here. I'm strong, and we're going to get through it. We're going to get through it. It's hard for me to get a good job. I am trying. Just people just won't accept me. I don't know what the problem is. Oh, no. What's going on here? What's going on here? Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh. Oh, my God.
Well, I don't have a bad job. I'm pretty good. Better than most people.
That jacket, though.